So meditation is keeping a body highly energetic. So it's happening due to a few factors. First and foremost is the sleep optimization. Better sleep, high quality of sleep, where we get to rest the body. Second, of course, is resting the body during the wakeful state, which is basically lessening the thought. Third is allowing the body to, the food intakes become optimal, so we allow the body to have a better digestion, better biological reaction, so as a result it has a better way of producing energy. So we understood sleep is getting better. Everything ultimately comes back to linking. The moment the disease are gone, illness are gone, so obviously body is going good. At a broad level, that's it, understanding, right? If you go deeper, because the sleep is getting better now, because why is the sleep getting better in meditation? That cortisol chemical is causing us to be very alert and awake all the time, because it is making us think that there is imminent danger, right? So that is lessened. And our thoughts in meditation actually bringing our thought level to less and lesser. Meditation is producing this melatonin in pineal gland. This melatonin chemical has got a lot of benefits. It is also the chemical which transmutes itself into various other forms for us to have transcendental experiences. But then this chemical is making us go into sleep, deeper sleep states. It happens when you slow down in the night time when you're about to sleep. When you instruct a body that, okay, I'm done for the day and then I'm about to sleep, body is slowing down and the melatonin is getting produced. But in meditation, in experimentation, they found that the melatonin level can be 100 to 300% more for regular meditators. And as a result, we might have more transcendental experience. That means the experience of feeling this oneness, wholeness, extreme amount of calmness, peace inside. All of these experiences are there because this chemical is quite a bit is produced, and then that has that effect. Or it also can take us to nice sleep. Normal person before meditation, we have this 50 to 70,000 thoughts. But regular meditators during wakeful time, after a long time, they would have reduced those thoughts by an order of magnitude. Reduce. It happens gradually. It doesn't happen overnight. But over a period of time, when we are regularly meditating, they come back up to little lesser level. So because that lessened thought is there, now every thought is energy. Electromagnetic energy is dissipated. Every feeling is energy. And since we are not indulging in unnecessary thought and feeling, we don't even know that every thought and every word and every feeling is energy, and then we dissipate. But we speak more, we talk more, we think more, we lose a lot of energy. We need to become so impeccable with our words to preserve that energy. And then we do become that. We stop needing for adding unnecessary value in a team, even though we don't add value, just open and talk. But with meditation, we become so mindful. We are mindfully aware of how we speak, what we think, and we start working on it. Our speech has to become so impeccable. The speech not only loses energy, but also deviates us from our purpose. Because whatever you speak, you're committed. Because the nature of the story is that when you commit to somebody something, then you got to, you're bound by it. It does not like to deviate. So we got to be so impeccable in what we say, because then we sort of get pushed into the direction. At least thought level, it's inside you, you can correct it. But the moment a word is released, it's like a bullet, it's gone. So now withdrawing becomes tougher from the environment. So with less than number of thoughts, thousands of thoughts becoming into fewer and fewer, we conserve a lot of energy automatically. And the third thing, dear friends, is the diet, what we take into the body, and reduces the functioning of it by pulling out resources from it, circulation of the blood and all of that. So when it is pulled down, so digestion gets impacted. But now when with meditators, stress is removed, so digestive system functions properly. So important, isn't it? Whatever food we take, it needs to be digested well, easy, right? So automatically the digestive system works so great, so it's easy, so the right metabolism is happening and the right level of energy is produced. Happy morning, everybody. Great afternoon, wonderful evening. rabbit meditation. There's a master called Torkom Saradarian. Calls irregular meditation as rabbit meditation. Unexpectedly, rabbits have this rare disease where suddenly they cannot move randomly. Due to some kind of a disease, they get seized. So they can't move for some time to a few hours, and then again they move. Random. So they are active and then they're inactive. They're active and active randomly. Of course, in meditation also, many times when we're in the beginning, we end up doing that. We're regular and then not regular. We do it for a few days. Today I do, tomorrow I don't. Or 2 days I do, another 2 days I don't. So when we're not regular, of course the intention is there. Which is the first thing, to be regular. But the convenience takes over, or the old habits take over, and so we are fighting to be regular. But it helps to understand the signs of what regularity does. So maybe it'll help us to push a little bit in the beginning, or until we make it truly a habit, or until we become the master. Like we decide to have or not have breakfast, we decide, we make a decision consciously. So that's how practice should lead us to make meditation that way. We decide, okay, today fine, no problem. So I'm going to do that extra sleep. I'm going to skip it, which we do occasionally on a breakfast or a lunch, or with our sleep. Same thing should become for meditation too, as we're understanding immense benefits. Because the neural networks are being slowly reformed, rewired. If you are regular with meditation for a few days, and the few days seems to be definitely 3 weeks of regularity to avoid firing some of the old habitual patterns, old memories. If you can avoid firing, let's say I am like too fanatic. Fanaticism is about something. The moment we are fanatic about something, that means I feel that thing is very superior to everything else in that area. As my company, my community, myself, or the specific work that are doing the project. If we are said this is it, and so the fanaticism means that you are separating this with something else. So the more separation is, the more we become matter, more we are this in this matter. Where all the benefit lies, while we accept this is there, but we accept everything else is there. So all benefit lies in becoming one. So fanaticism is not, it is a limiting factor. It limits us from experiencing. So those thoughts, those ideas are not fired, anything that's limiting is slowly going away. Anything that's not useful to the body is slowly going away when you regularly meditate, because then you don't fire them. The neural networks, when they're not fired for a few days continuously, that means when you don't recollect anything, when you don't repeat or talk about that for some time, so the old memory that is there slowly goes away. When it's not fired for 3 weeks and above, then that memory gets weakened and the networks are reutilized for something else. And so if you do that on one side, regular meditation, and on the other side, you actually also learn continuously, then that neural capacity is reutilized towards something else. To learn, every time you learn, then it is rewiring some of that resource to the new learning. And so as a result, we slowly, we forget the older memories, older thoughts, older habits. But then we need regularity. If I do 2 days meditation, then another 3 days I don't come. And then if I do 3 days meditation, another 1 day, 2 days don't come. Then you are trying to weaken the circuits of all limiting factors like glamours, illusions. But at the same time, then you're not regular meditating, so that mindfulness hasn't kicked in. So the moment any trigger comes from the environment about a community or this, then suddenly again the discussion starts. Who is great? So that regularity of for a few days initially, if you can do it, then many limiting beliefs, limiting thoughts, limiting factors can be overcome. So many who are very regular for this 40 days are saying, I have this kind of transformation. I am now think different. I'm totally, because the thought process, they're able to successfully let go of several old thoughts, habits, beliefs, several of them, not all of them. Some of them can take lifetime, but at least, we're getting there. 80% of a thought process will change. So it's a huge benefit. When we are regularly meditating, I'm sure by now some of the members notice it, senior masters. Our dreams are becoming clearer. We regularly get some kind of, that energy. Some of us get experiences, some of us start getting insights. Early morning, you wake up, you're getting those insights. If you are a regular meditator, then since we are clear, we are aligning to this energy field easily. So we constantly get this higher. First, we constantly get these experiences. Then we have some kind of higher visions, higher thoughts. Our mind stays in higher plane. What's a higher vision? You feel, yes, I must do something about my family. Suddenly wake up and that intention to do something to your family becomes stronger. I must definitely go and reach out in my community. There is this center, I want to go and help them. Your higher visions of, yes, my company, I have to do something. I've been in this business for last 5 years. I'm going to make this really successful so that I can be useful to somebody, something with that success. A lot of higher visions come. I must explore myself. People tell me Himalayas has got so much potential, so I'm going to make it happen, go there. I want to read about all the living masters or the living and dead masters, anybody of the Himalayas who has really explored and understood the power of Himalayas. So we have these visions, and then they will continue on when we are regularly meditating. They'll continue. So the more the visions continue, the more we become of them. Like the awakened stalker, it's the stalker and dreamers. The stalker is constantly being able to keep his or her attention on something, and so that will happen. That something is in higher vision and higher purpose. So regular meditation keeps us into high vision, higher purpose things. And also regular meditation is when we are regular, so that assistance is coming. When we are regular, that means we are sincere, serious. So naturally, our manifestations, when we require assistance from higher forces, so that assistance is always there because the sincerity is there from ourselves. So the regular meditation is like making, a road from nothing to a highway. There are multiple layers. So first you're clearing the bushes, then you're putting a little metal, some sand, then metal, again sand and metal. You do this for 2-3 layers. And then comes finally tarring. Now these layers of the road, unless it is done, and if you do something and then you don't attend to it for a month, then you're washed away. Again, you come back, do something, do it for some more time, again it'll wash away. So it's like that. So we are building, think of it as we are building a brain called a super highway of meditation in our circuits. When you are very regularly forming it for a few days, then the highway gets formed. So that's why after doing for 40 days or a couple of months, then it has become so instantaneous that many people, when they sit down and close their eyes, then suddenly they'll go in, connect into this emptiness pretty quickly because you form the highway. So you are just able to go from this body to this no body quite straight fast because you got this highway. You can drive at 200 miles per hour. There are no weeds, no bushes, all that is clear. So we're going fast. So there is a lot of benefit, dear friends, to regularly meditate and stay in the higher thought and purpose, and automatically that's going to lead to manifestation automatically. And then of course then we have an ability to go into ourselves, connect into ourselves pretty quickly when we regularly meditate and keep that highway well maintained. So let's go into once again into our meditation. That's why for newcomers we always are recommending to stay on for 40 days, little bit. Trying to recollect the book name, will come to me. The No Problem Meditation by Jeff Carrera, I think. Yes. So we look at that, read that book, The No Problem Meditation by Jeff Carrera for newcomers. It'll help. Relax yourself, dear friends. We are doing Ana-Pana-Sati Meditation, breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to empty the mind. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. Very simple. Remove the specs, those of you wearing, eyes closed, fingers into fingers, resting your hands in your lap, and then crossing your feet. Observe your natural, normal breath. In that posture, very, very comfortable, you observe your breath at any point in your nose. Take any point in your nose and observe breath is going in and coming out. So with that posture, relax yourself and observe your in-breath and the out-breath, natural breath. And when you do that, slowly your mind becomes empty. In case thoughts come, you put your attention back to the breath again, and then continue to observe. When the mind is empty, we start experiencing energy. It may have any kind of experience into the body. Be a witness to it. So observing the breath, slowly mind becomes empty. Stay in that emptiness for a long time, or as long as you can. In case thoughts come, again, put your attention back to the breath, and then continue to observe. Again, go back into the emptiness. This is the process. To become empty, we observe the breath and then be in that empty state for as long as we want, called breath mindfulness, Ana-Pana-Sati meditation. Before that, we're doing something called heart elevation process, just to warm up and then slow the brain down by lifting ourselves into a better mood. Just follow my guidance for this actively. Relax yourself. Sit comfortably, dear friends. With your eyes closed. Relax your body. Feel your body. Dear friends, dear masters, keep your hands on your chest area with your eyes closed, specs removed. Rest your attention on your breath and on your sacred heart. With a slow, long, relaxing breath, can you feel your heart center? Feel your beautiful heart, that seat of all emotions, which is with you before you even knew it, which is helping all life live, all life expand through its love, joy, compassion. Can you recollect an event or memory from your past where you felt enormous love, joy, gratitude, and relive that moment and feel that energy inside your beautiful heart? Feel more of that energy of love, of joy, of gratitude. Relive that moment from your life. The more we feel love, joy, the more we experience connectedness with all things and everybody. The more coherent we become in this energy field. Feel it, dear friends, feel the love, the joy, and allow yourself to direct that energy to heal you deeply. Allow yourself to radiate that energy beyond your body onto every corner of this planet Earth. Where your attention goes, there the energy flows. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. Press your fingers into fingers, resting your hands comfortably in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath, dear friends. Our goal is to empty the mind and merge into the greater emptiness, that energy. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. Be with your breath. Become one with the in-breath and the out-breath, and allow yourself to slowly become empty. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty of all thought. And our mind is empty. The magic of meditation begins. Our body functions at its natural best. We increase our power of thought. And gain greater clarity. Be with your breath. And allow yourself to become totally empty. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to become totally empty. Can you become aware of that emptiness inside of you, all around you? We are less matter, more energy, emptiness. When we become empty of all thought, we experience that emptiness, dear friends, of no body, of no thing. stay aware of that emptiness, of that energy inside of you, all around you. All emptiness is energy. That is the unlimited quantum field of possibilities. The longer you stay connected to this emptiness of no body, of no thing, the more you become of it and the more you receive from it. If you find yourself distracted in thought, gently go back to observing your breath and find that emptiness, that blackness, that void all around. The longer you stay connected to this field of unknown, the more you experience miracles in your life. Merge into your breath. Merge into that emptiness of yourself, dear friends. Away from your body, away from your life. Allow yourself to stay connected to this emptiness, to that energy. This is your divine self, that quantum consciousness that connects all things and everybody. Go deeper and deeper into yourself, dear friends. Friends, at this time, express gratitude for all things and everybody. Gratitude is the highest state of receivership. Give thanks to your parents, your teachers, your mentors, this nature, all the people in your life. To all the systems, the companies, the governments, the technology. Be grateful to yourself and to this intelligent universe for allowing us to experience so much more in this life. Relax your body and let your autonomous nervous system repair your body.
We can change the world one heart at a time. We can change the world one heart at a time. I see you, I know you, you're a part of me. We can change the world one heart at a time. We can change the world one heart at a time. I see you, I know you, you're a part of me. We can change the world, we can change the world one heart at a time, one heart at a time. We can change the world, we can change the world one heart at a time, one heart at a time. I see.
Recollect your experiences from the session, and whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes.
My heart is open to love. My heart is ready You can change the world. You can change the one heart at a time. One heart.
Okay, dear friends. Anybody would like to share? One or two of us. How you felt from today's meditation?
Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, good morning. So this is my fourth day, I guess. And first 2 days, it was like, my hands, because I had kept my hands locked, so my fingers were becoming numb, my hand, my legs, everything. And it was discomfort for me to, sit for that long. But today, of course, in the beginning, for 10 minutes or so, I again felt that my, the hands are becoming numb, or my fingers, my legs, etc. But later part, there was absolutely, I felt no consciousness of my body, and that, I was not feeling my hands or legs. So through and through, I sat for almost an hour, which I feel good about. And another query I had saw that I am also into chanting, and I am aware that this is a different form of meditation where you need to quieten your mind, empty your mind, whereas in chanting you have to constantly chant. So if I want to follow chanting also in the evening along with doing this, how do I sync, or what do I do about that?
This meditation has no dependence or impact because of other things that we do. So chanting that you're doing just becomes another activity. So you just carry on with this meditation, no problem.
So because we are learning to quieten our mind here, does chanting interfere with my journey upwards in this Vipassana or Anapan's technique? Will it interfere?
So everything that is unnecessary will keep staying there when you repeat it. So you have to determine for yourself, madam, whether chanting is necessary as you continue with the science behind meditation, what's happening. So if chanting is leading towards a very meaningful, energetic creation of something, let's say the chanting is Aham Brahmasmi, and if you know the meaning of it and say Aham Brahmasmi, I am the divine, and then I live that way. And if you know the meaning of it, and then you live that with feeling, then you are creating a solid energy pattern for yourself. It's like what we call visualization. And so you are doing that. So everything has to be meaningful. So that way, if it is merely being done as ritual, then definitely we are losing energy, and you're just keeping yourself more active than staying yourself quiet. It has nothing to do with meditation. Meditation is helping us stay quiet. And then every activity we do that's unwanted, unnecessary, purposefully, then we are breaking that quietness. So that means we lose the effect of some of what meditation can give. So we have to slowly eliminate things that are unwanted, unnecessary.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much.
Yes, Mr. Yes, Madam Dilkumari Acharya.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Since I joined this meditation program, I am feeling better and better every day, sir. I'm trying my best to empty my mind as you are guiding throughout the period. So I thank you very much again. But main thing I am, the more I'm trying, the more I am getting better with the emptiness. But sir, still I am finding difficulties to empty the mind. So I hope I will get better after. I think so. But if you can tell me, how can I try more and more to empty my mind, sir?
No other thing than what you're doing.
Okay.
And something that we learned today, which will increase the energy of the body, will also help us to automatically become empty more.
Okay, sir.
And one of them, of course, is your hope. Is that I'm going to get better, and then the hope is always helping us get there, because it's creating things for us. Whatever we hope is what creates for us. It's created for us. Our thoughts create reality. Okay.
Sure, sir. Sure. I'm getting positive feeling towards it. So I'm getting better with my sickness also. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. I will do my best to get into it deeply, sir. Today's music was wonderful, sir. It was really wonderful. It helped me to do better than yesterday, better than before, sir. Thank you so much.
Great. So, friends, with regular meditation, our body energy is maintained greatly and amplified. We need that lots of energy. If we live our passions, first thing is that energy, right? Health has to be good, then energy has to be there. I cannot be in that marathon unless that energy is built into my body. I cannot be going on to have a 9 o'clock meeting and then a night 11 o'clock meeting, morning 9 and 11 meetings. I can't have them unless I'm full of energy. I don't feel tired. So there are a few things that we are automatically gaining and a few things that we can correct or rather become more aware of. And so then they become a newer habits or practice into a life. And all of these are energy increasing activities. Of course, the first thing in meditation, we always have talked about it, that our sleep patterns are becoming better, right? Our sleep is becoming high quality. Because meditation is reducing the cortisol, increasing a neuropeptide called melatonin, which is through the pineal gland activation. So it naturally takes us into the deeper states of sleep, more restful sleep. dreamless sleep. Dreamy sleep is good. It's like a theta state of sleep, a theta state where we are in a meditation, just we are experiencing things. In dreamy sleep, we are experiencing equivalent of the meditation experience. Whereas a dreamless sleep is where absolutely we are like drop dead, right? So we are there, we're completely unaware. So that's a great time to rejuvenate, to increase the body energy, to heal many things which are otherwise consuming the energy of the body. For example, inflammation. When inflammation is there, that means when an area is not good, then body sort of contains itself with that area. It's called inflammation. That swelling, the redness, the pain comes when something happens in a part of the area. Then there is inflammation. It's nothing but body is containing that area. It is so intelligent, it contains that area. From whatever that has, should not spread to the other parts of the body. And so when it contains, and so naturally, then it's trying to heal itself and then trying to send more immunity into that area. Since it is contained, so that is paining for us and all kinds of things happen there. Energy depletion. So then in sleep, there's a lot of rejuvenation, repair is happening. Now the sleep, we can enhance it further if we, while sleeping, we go into a meditation posture. We basically lie down and then put your hands into hands and then just observe your breath as you go into sleep. It becomes yoga nidra. So you meditate, you sleep while you go with the meditation. Just lie down and then observe your breath. Because observing breath is easy, right? We're not asking you to do pranayama of any intensity. So just observing your breath as you lie down in any posture, doesn't matter, to the side anyway, right? All you have to do is to keep your fingers crossed if you can, and then observe your breath and then go into sleep. It becomes yoga nidra, it becomes an absolutely more deeper. The second thing that is happening is in meditation, our thoughts are coming, our thinking is becoming more optimized. Thoughts are coming down. Those 50 to 60,000 thoughts, if 90% unwanted, do your math, that's 45,000 to 55,000. So many thoughts are there that are unwanted. Every thought is energy. Every feeling is energy. So all the thoughts are draining energy. That's why even if we don't do any physical work in a given day and then we sit down, after having a nice breakfast, in 3-4 hours later, you feel hungry only because depending on how much thinking you have in our mind. And so, of course, with regular meditation, thoughts are coming down. So we are gaining that energy. Meditation is a perfect science of energy maximization. So on the side, we conserve energy. All these thoughts are not there anymore with a regular practitioner. So automatically then we gain energy. We feel energetic. Our thoughts, scientific, need to be scientific. We reason it out. Non-vegetarian is required for the body. Reason it out. Is it required? We need to be scientific. We need to have some kind of reasoning for it. That's the time we start exploring more. The truth is revealed, so we break in case there's not truth anymore. Of course, when we don't need any active work, if there is work, then we are about it. We are putting our attention on it, so we're thinking about it. But if not, then at any given time, any given place, if there's no work, then we should be ceasing to have the thoughts in our mind, which is mindfulness, to be aware, to be empty. In a meeting, we should be listening more when we're not talking, so not think further about what we communicated. So now all of this meditation leads to mindfulness. So either when we're thinking, be scientific, as much reason it out, question everything that we're thinking, or because thinking comes from our beliefs, or we stay empty. Meditation will lead us to the emptiness naturally. Our eating habits automatically, as we are becoming sensitive to the body. The body is always sending signals. Those 50,000 thoughts unwanted are coming and then cluttering our mind. So we don't even pay attention to the body. While eating food, there are so many thoughts are here that when the body sends a signal and say, it's enough, 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 but they don't even realize that enough is come. And we forget, we don't even pay attention to that. So we become very sensitive. We start paying attention to the close to body. So naturally, we start eating moderately. I want to know how many people who have become moderate eaters after doing regular meditations automatically. You didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to get into a diet regime. You don't have to put a diet plan. How many? Please do write in case you naturally moved into a more moderate eating. Say yes. Nobody. Really? Wonderful. At least meditation is working. So the food, we naturally start eating moderately. See, it's all about moderation. Nothing is wrong or right. Everything is moderation. Everything is an experience. So with meditation, the cravings go down because the cravings are seeking for some higher pleasurable thing. And what meditation is doing is producing a lot of these feel-good chemicals. So the cravings that they give are the chocolate or the cheese, any of those are the rasgulla, any of those cravings slowly go down because the same pleasure is already being given through these feel-good chemicals in the brain. And as a result, the cravings also come down. You don't feel necessity of an external stimuli for us to feel good or continue. And since we are paying close attention to the body and the body is telling, okay, one chocolate is sufficient, keep it, keep the taste with you. Don't go with the third one and then lose all that. So we sort of less be craving. And so we naturally overcome the food, unnecessary overeating of the food naturally. We pay close attention to the body. Now, while eating food, a few things we can do. Refrigeration food, we have to avoid as much. Food should be fresh. The energy, it's all about energy. So energy depleting foods are there. Was energy fulfilling? So opening a can which is made 12 months ago, and then eating, these things have to be done only when the rare cases, not when fresh food is available. Avoiding refrigerated food as much. Fresh, whole food. We do the fries and then the vegetable is hardly can be seen. It is full of, onion, grounded so much, onion and this, that, there's no vegetable there, right? Eating whole vegetable as much as possible, masticating well, and then eating whole thing. Fresh food. Ever since we learned, microwave is not doing good to the food. Microwave sort of disturbs the whole energy pattern of the food completely because it works at a very deeper inside, at a low micro level. That's why it's called microwave. So it disturbs the food. So ever since we learned, we stopped using microwave. No microwave food. Sorry if anybody manufacturing microwaves, but it disturbs the food patterns. The natural food that is made with and all that is gets completely disturbed. Just for heat it up, we do it. Food should be tasty, not to a diet plan where no salt, no this, no that, and just tasteless, and we just have to keep it. It doesn't do much good. A lot of diet plans don't work because we're pushing ourselves, and when it is over, then we just come back to the old regime because we're just not enjoying it. We must enjoy everything we do, friends. So food is like that. We are learning the concept of food for the taste buds. So let it be as tasty. See, everything comes with moderation. If the moderation is taken care, that means you're moderate in eating, it wouldn't matter. And you're paying attention to the body in eating, and the body is telling what is required. Sometimes, in a regular meditation, it. You feel like drinking more milk, or you feel like, automatically going for a fruit, a citrus fruit. The body is asking for it. You will know it. Sometimes it rejects rice and it says, okay, maybe more this one. So it is there. And so we do not have to worry about this and that because the body is asking. Of course, fruits are always great to produce enough vitamins and stuffs, and fruits are always great to be added into the food. But the key is to cook it, avoid cold foods, refrigerated foods, and no microwave food, fresh food, tasty food. And the person who is meditating regularly is, if they make the food, then they make very energy food. It is our thoughts matter when we are making the food. If we are really little frustrated or something is happening, some challenge always there, then avoid cooking that time. Somebody is cooking food while they're really frustrated, they're grudging and this and that and doing it, they're not only doing harm to themselves, but also doing harm to the people who are going to eat that food. That energy is transferred. I've seen Vani several times, if in case, when she doesn't feel that great, she just pulls away and then wait for some time, meditates, goes back. Otherwise, she's not really there at the stove if she is not feeling good at that moment. The one who is meditating, the most senior meditator, when they make food, then it is good, serving their family very well. So if you're doing functions, we look for people who are vegetarians, who are meditators. If they're cooking food, then many people are benefiting. Energetic food. So food is an important element. What's meditation doing? Of course, we make small changes to our food habits, but meditation is helping us moderate food, eating moderately, and then help us less cravings. So when the cravings are gone, eating moderately, our digestion is working greatly, right? When you're not overloading the system. And not overloading the system, so digestion is working greatly, so more energy, gain more energy. Vegetarian food is essential in the food habits difference. Vegetarian food. It's going to be a topic for another day in this session of why, in those 6 or 7 dimensions, of how being vegetarian is helping not only ourselves, the animals, the environment, the planet, and the money system, everything. But most important, our manifestations, our practices, our spiritual practice gets super strengthened when you move to a plant-based diet. We cannot be having a pet in our hand or enjoy a pet that is there, and on the other side, have something else on your dining table, with forks and knives, cutting it. They're just cross. They cannot be. What kind of discrimination is that? We so nicely play with a puppy or the dog or the cat, and on the other side, no, we're just cutting. Emotions. Another reason our body gets depleted of energy or gains energy is emotions. That heart elevation process we're doing, that gratitude process we're doing. And when with meditation, because first thing that's happening is emotional regulation, right? This is emotional intelligence is a big topic for one whole week. In week 4 for us, but emotions are changing. So the lower emotions, which bind us, the anger, the separation, the frustration, the miseryness, the low self-esteem, all of these are slowly changing for meditators. Instead, more self-love, more gratitude, more compassion, more help towards others, more expansive. So we move from lower emotions. Lower emotions are energy depletions. Higher emotions are naturally energy gainers. So that's another reason why when we are in a positive, higher emotional state, so then we are gaining energy. We feed more energy. So when you're in higher emotion, we are dropping our identity. We are becoming one with people, places, and so we gain energy. So that's a natural thing that's happening. And if you are noticing that you're feeling not good and your heart is telling always, a heartbeat is not regular when we are not in a good emotion. It is telling suddenly, if you pay attention to it, it, then what do we do? Do a heart elevation process. Bring up something really good that has happened And so you change that emotion at that moment. Go out for a walk, change that emotion. Music is helping greatly to change the emotion. When our music is played, music has got the ability to pierce through the analytical mind. Conscious mind, analytical mind, subconscious mind. So music pierces through the analytical mind. It goes through it, goes past it. And then there in the subconscious, the emotions are being played from subconscious. So it sort of goes into it and then changes the emotion. So that's why music helps. So we immediately switch to some music, right? When the mood is not good, we say lift the mood. So music. So we go to the music. So that is a great way of increasing body energy. How do we see? Seeing is also an activity that automatically increases energy, depletes energy. Many people, many rishis, many tapasvis, they have this half eyes open, right? A little bit half eyes open like this. Because if they really have to see, they see it with so less because it's not necessary. Basically, this concept is if you don't need to see, close your eyes. 80% of the energy is dissipated through this eyes, through this stimulus. 80% dissipation is happening through the eyes because eyes are constantly seeing and as repetitive triggers are coming. So it is a great thing to practice that if you don't need to really have our eyes open, have them closed. That means if you're not doing any active work, then have them closed. We can try these, right? And all of them. Of course, meditators, what's happening is if you're driving in a car for 6 hours, right? When you're not on a phone call, then you are closing eyes. You're enjoying nature is an activity. So anything that you love is anyway gaining energy. Anything you don't like are just boring. So then we're just closing eyes. So seeing, when talking to people, seeing into the eyes and talking, where your energy is conserved because your point goes across to the other person. Talk to people, we look at the sky, look at the roof, look at this way, that way, not the person in front. But we can change that habit a little bit by looking into the eyes of the person. When we look into the eyes, that energy, see our thoughts, physically we communicate, but energy transmission is happening. We have an intent of putting something across to the other person. So looking into the eyes of the person and then talking means we speak less and are able to put a point across pretty quickly. Communicating by looking into the people is a great way because everything is around achieving something or doing something with the other person. And what else are there? So thinking, we talked about sleeping, talking. This is part of a mindfulness. This is a big subject by itself. The words are so powerful in a field of thought, field of word, field of action. Patriji says that field of words is the most important one. The three fields. Field of thought, we are completely independent of ourselves. Field of words, the moment you release it, then we are bound. It's like a bullet, it's bound. And then we have to go and then do that. And so the moment energy can be lost. Every word is energy anyway. On top of it, because a word released is a commitment, and the commitment is made, then if it's good or bad, then we are just using our energy to it. So we need to be so impeccable in what and then a word is influencing. So words will naturally become less and less, but you need to become more mindful. When the thoughts come less, then my words become less. We still need to work on our words, power of words. We'll talk about this. But our words are very important from energy depletion or increasing. So, dear friends, meditation is helping in many ways by making us more mindful, making us more moderate in whatever we do. And as a result, it is increase of body energy. And so many of us who felt always that, oh, it gives me energy, I'm feeling very energetic with meditation, is because of all of these things. Our daily habitual activities are slowly changing to a newer form where, just feeling sadness, we suddenly become aware, so we just move away from it. And so naturally we are into the better energy. Jagdish sir, any closing comments?
Morning. Nothing much. It was a very, I had a deep meditation today also. And I think it's becoming kind of a habit. And like you said, I would like to endorse what you said. As we keep meditating, our entire lifestyle changes. And essentially, the way we think and the way our mind works also changes a lot. And the wonderful thing about the way mind works here is, you might have noticed it even quite often, even sometimes when you, even as a meditator, when we try to do something or focus something, supposedly focusing without meditation. I have said this before. Let us say you are putting a 1 rupee worth of effort, 90 paise of it goes with other things. Only 1 paise worth of it goes into the effort. When you start meditating slowly, 90% of it goes, 90 paise worth of effort goes into the effort. Only 1 paise is dissipated. And which is why you see, you end up reading more books. You get the time. You end up doing more things without timing. You suddenly discovered, how come I have so much time? And I'll give you a little exercise I do give my students sometimes in this, looking at time. Just take 3 days and do an auditing of your time. Let's say morning. Okay, you finish your meditation after 8 o'clock. From 8 o'clock to say 8 in the evening, at intervals of 1 hour or 2 hours, just keep a note of what all you did, what all you spent your time on. Do this for 3 days and you'll discover how much of time we lose on things which are not necessary. But as meditators, you see it goes on changing that. That's all that I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jagdish sir, on that. As meditators, we slowly change everything. There are a couple of questions that are very important. Egg is not vegetarian. Egg still has life. That's one. And how frequently the food should be added. It's more eat according to the need, not according to schedule or agreed or anything. So it goes without saying that when we are hungry, we eat. If schedule is important or food is not going to be available because you're in an ashram, then eat only what is at that point you feel like, right? Because they're going to close at 1 o'clock, so you have to eat. If you're hungry, eat, but eat according to the need, not according to a chart. Thank you very much. So we have Satish raising questions. We'll take that in 2 minutes. Thank you and have a wonderful day. So we'll meet back tomorrow again at 6 a.m. Go ahead, please.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this is Satish from Bangalore. I've been meditating for the last 10 to 12 months, right from Ganga program onwards. So when Jagdish sir was speaking, so I just had a thought, so I wanted to share that. So meditation process, so what I was trying to correlate is, so it's like building a new system. It's like creating a new system. It could be a software system, it could be a physical system. So when you initially start building, you obviously see a lot of new things, learning, new layers being built for the system. And at the end of the system, what you have planned, you finish that the design and the build part of it. Do you feel that content of seeing what you have intended to, right? So that is one stage of it. And at the end of it, so let's say the life cycle of the system is the plan is completed and it's coming into use, but that's not the end of the journey, right? Later it could be for a software system, there could be change of technology, there could be newer requirements, so you continue to do the same process. So that's what I try to correlate with meditation also. So we get into one layer of meditation in, let's say, in a 40-day journey. You get into one layer, But that's not the end of the journey itself. At some point, you will feel, okay, there is a lot more, there is a lot more. So the life just continues. And that's the beautiful part of it, right? You enjoy that journey. There's nowhere like, you feel that, okay, you are stopping and that's it. So I just wanted to share this thought.
Thank you. That's a great way of looking at it. Layer by layer by layer, we increase it, we make it better and better and better. Yes. So there is first level, you release the system, version 1, then there's a version 2, you become version 3, and then this goes on. Thank you, Satish. Where are you from? I mean, in Bangalore, is it?
Yes, I'm from Bangalore, sir. Yes.
Bangalore. Nice. Anybody else? How many times we can do this type of meditation in a day? As many times as you want. There's no higher limit to how long you meditate. Is there a limit to how long you want to spend time with your grandmother, who is always giving nice stories, who is always motivating, inspiring? So it's like that. So however long we spend time, then you're walking with the God. You're walking with that consciousness for that long. So those are able to take time, do it. And what will happen is, of course, is that you're going to increase your energy so much. So you want to make sure you channel that energy in an appropriate way when you meditate. So be in touch with other meditators, some of the facilitators, so they can guide you appropriately in case you find too much of energy in the body. We got to release it. We got to let go of it into the right direction by doing some service work, some activities, by channelizing towards the manifestations of goals. But any amount of meditation you can do. Can be done for 10 minutes into 5-6 times a day. See, that's the challenge. You can do that initially, but then you want to be 10 minutes is hardly anything. You just, before you even get into the groove, you're out of it, right? It's like you're just warming up your body, you're trying to play, you're trying to become your best. And then you're just imagine in a field, in a play, the teacher is, the coach is rotating every 10 minutes. Before you even get to your best or warm up, then you said, okay, now you rest and pull somebody else. It's like that. So you don't really get to play the game. This 10-minute mindfulness is good. 5 minutes mindfulness in any given activity before we're doing a meeting. So let me take a quick 2-minute meditation. Yes, 30 seconds, close my eyes, become empty. Those are good. Everything has got a value. Okay, so your 10 minutes are good, but you want to get into the depth of it, you have to go in a stretch and then continue. Okay. So the milk products, so this whole vegetarian movement and vegan movement are there. So the question I see here, are milk products considered as non-veg? Lord Krishna is having butter. These are not imaginations that are written, right? So they are scriptures written by most enlightened masters. Valmiki, Vedavyasa. So milk by itself is not non-vegetarian. A tree is giving fruit, it's grateful, it wants to share it. Milk by itself is not necessarily bad or non-vegetarian. It is the method and the process in which, if the cows are tortured, is a problem. We understand it, right? That's a problem. So the natural milking methods, wherever there is more natural milking method, is there more natural feeding of the cows are there, or helping the cows to grow is there, wherever natural is there, then it's okay and absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. But instead, So we make conscious choices, right? We make conscious choices towards milk or no milk. We minimize, potentially go towards minimizing, because in the current world, everything is more of a mechanized system. The way they raise cows, or the way they sort of milk it through machines and all that is mechanized. And so we make a choice to minimize it. As a meditator, basically the idea is to see that there's no violence happening to the animals, right? Not at the cost of our pleasure. And so many are turning to vegans because there's an enormous amount of cruelty. But as a meditator, you make a conscious choice, consuming a little bit of here and there. Because otherwise, you can't even live in many ways. So you make a conscious choice. As long as you are working towards becoming vegetarian, saving the lives of plenty of the animals, they're already deeply grateful to you. They always want to serve you. So there is the same thing had by a meditator who is working towards vegetarianism could be different from the effect to somebody else. The same thing. So we work towards making animals. So we work towards saving animals. So they are very, very grateful. Work towards saving trees and forests. They're very grateful. So in return, they're blessing. And so there are some things that we do right, then we are okay. But if you feel naturally want to go towards veganism, so feel free to do it. No problem, right? We switched to a milk company, which is called Akshay Patra in Bangalore, and supposed to be doing all the good things, natural grazing, and avoid making animals suffer with booster shots and this and that. But we pay double the price of the milk when we do it, like an organic vegetable versus normal vegetables, right? It's like that. So I'm sure there is that awareness is building. So we slowly switch towards that kind of practices. So we encourage them, and then less of this mechanized models. Okay. What if you're constantly falling asleep multiple times during meditation? Any suggestions to be awake throughout the session? This question, I mean, in the initial days, it is happening most commonly. And even otherwise also, you cannot really control that. The experience of meditation is most naturally happening. And we leave that to the intelligence of meditation. The only thing you can do is to avoid even a heavy stomach if you just nicely had great dinner and then sitting down for meditation. So more likely that you'll fall into sleep because body is so lethargic at that point. So other than that, just let it go. Let it go, and then over a period of time, if somebody's only thing they remember is sleeping, definitely they'll come through it. They'll come over it. They'll get over it very soon. But on occasional basis, even after 20 years, sometimes, I go into sleep. I know that sometimes I've gone into sleep, sometimes not. It's happening because, it's an endless process. The body also needs repair, rejuvenation. So deep sleeps, we go in meditation to repair it. So initial days when somebody's body energies are imbalanced and there are things that need to get done in the body. And so there is a tendency that many of them are only into sleep a lot of times, and it is just fine. It's good. It's good. And you will overcome that. Okay.
Sir, we have Mr. Prashant KP raised his hand.
Yes.
Hi. Thank you for the organizing this event. It's been just 5 days that I have started practicing this. I mean, of course, I can't even say practicing. It's just that I'm joining this course as such. Two questions which I have. One question is, should we meditate in light or should we meditate in dark? The reason that I'm asking this is, if I meditate in light, of course, when I close my eyes, I get that reddish color, and then I start getting into those thoughts. And I can see probably my blood circulation, which is running to some direction and things. If I sit in dark, of course, it becomes completely dark. So this is my first question as such. Second question as such is when I try to concentrate my breath, and when I try to concentrate towards the center of the eyes and the nose, I try to get in something where I see kind of some kind of an ocean which is running, and then it is in search of something. So I'm not sure if I'm in the right direction or if I'm getting into the wrong direction. Of course, the thought keeps moving this side to that side, but as you say, when you concentrate on the breath, so I go into that direction where I see that sea or some kind of thing is being flowing continuously, an ocean kind of thing, and it is an endless piece. So my thought keeps going in search of something over there.
Okay, so first one, what is the first one?
First question was, should we close? Should we sit in the dark and meditate, or should we sit in the light and meditate?
So as a beginner of meditation, see, the meditation practice, which is ultimately to do with astral traveling and soul evolution. So it likes to be in the darkness. So darkness is great. Meditation in the night is wonderful. Day is meant for wakeful state. Night is meant for completely soulful state. So doing meditation in darkness is good and most appropriate. And again, but there are no restrictions. We want to first start with learning meditation, practicing meditation, and get better. And then afterwards, we choose our preferences and various things. There is an increasing order of benefit. Like normal sitting versus a Padmasana and a meditation. Obviously, with a Padmasana, when somebody is able to sit, then they're a lot more still. Their back is a lot more straight. So there is a different process happening. If you're able to do it. So we don't break ourselves by just not being able to do that or this. So it's like that. So initially, darkening the room, if you're able to darken the room, fine. Do that so that we have less distractions. The less distractions of the light, and then it is also a little more conducive. When there's more quieter and then darker rooms, they're more conducive. Okay. And so from that purpose you do it. But then as you become senior meditator, then if you're saying going to Himalayas and they want to meditate, you should just do it daytime, nighttime, doesn't matter. Right? Quiet place initially, afterwards you are in a bus stand, just sitting in a corner in an airport, sitting there, you're able to meditate, right? So they all are later and become senior, you can do any place. So, but however, overall, if you have a darker room and meditate more in the night, these are more helpful for going beyond the body. Okay. Second thing is, that thing you said, right? I'm using the word thought. I'm going towards an emptiness of a ocean. That is the most challenging part for meditators, is to switch from dropping that analytical mind, it is there. We think that we are thinking. Sometimes we're not. It's not a thought. It is that emptiness, which is represented as that for us. That awareness is always there. That awareness about something is always there. And so, if you take this whole sky, and the entire sky, the clouds are there. So the clouds are the thoughts, dark, heavy, dense clouds, the deeper emotional thoughts, and the lighter ones, patchy thoughts, they're all there. And so when we see sky, we see all of them. And then as each one slowly goes away, then you see this emptiness, right? That empty sky is there. So that's the name of empty. You are with that emptiness. So if we are, think of that way. So when you are aware of this whole empty sky, that means when your thoughts have gone, all the clouds have gone. Okay. And so same thing is if that imagery or an awareness is going towards an empty ocean, so you are in the empty state of mind. So what is the right thing to do? Be with it.
Okay.
Be with it, because you're all going into the empty state of mind. It's not necessary at that point to pull yourself towards breath. Only when you start thinking about a ship or a wave going up and down, and when you're thinking some of those, then you know that you're in thought. So then you come back to the breath.
Only thing is, when I sort of get into that mode, the speed at which it's running probably is like a cosmic ray which is running into the black hole kind of thing. So that's where it is moving. So that's where I was asking if it's the right thing or if it was something different.
It's the right thing. As long as it's not your imagination, that you didn't actually think of today, I'm going to see a ray and then black hole, dark hole. If you didn't think of those, then they're happening to you because then they are into your meditation experience, right? And so just continue to observe it as long as it takes you until the point where you feel you are thinking, that's when you come back to the breath as well. Let it go. Continue to witness it. Okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay. I want to address one question before we close this. Leki Drakpa. The more I meditate, the more I feel I'm deviating connection from society. Is this good result or any suggestion on this? Okay. So anyway, let's hold this for tomorrow. We'll talk about this. And I'm assuming, Leki Drakpaji, so you are new. Recently you started meditating, right? So we will talk about this tomorrow for sure. And I'd like to address it a little more deeply because it's common that a beginner of meditation is going into this. But the whole idea of meditation is to become more passionate, more live life. So that means it's not at all renouncing, it's just getting back into the life more. We'll talk about this tomorrow. It's only a temporary state. Yes, last one. Vidya, madam.
Hello, Chandra sir. First of all, thank you for introducing me to this Ana-Pana-Sati meditation. It's been 1 year since I've been doing with you, and I've tried to be regular. There are times when I cannot attend yours, but I just do it from YouTube. I've reached a state, I know it's not incremental, and I have good days, bad days, and I've reached a state where I'm trying to, I've been gaining knowledge through other satsangs, book clubs, other meditations. I feel like I need to do more. And the question that person just asked is also in my mind. I feel I'm pulled towards people and not socializing in fun way, but talking about meditation or gaining knowledge. At the same time, there's also pull to do deeper meditation and be myself within myself. I'm trying to balance that, and I cannot find a good balance between that. That's one question. The other one is, as I gain knowledge, I've been saying that to gain energy, there are many other ways. Like I was mentioning in the comments, sun gazing was something someone mentioned. And being in nature, I've been trying to be in nature and gaining energy. Or would you recommend stick with meditation, breath, and gain your energy just through that, or try everything else? So,
meditation should lead towards an activity that we feel like doing, and so because it's making us be more with our feelings. And so then we do that thing, right? Not as any regime or not as any extra activity. You don't have to do if you don't feel that way, okay? If you feel like more meditation, that's what you want to do. But then sometimes you want to break, so you want to go there into the nature and spend time to do that, right? There are more natural activities, so you do those. right? You want to be in
Yes.
silence for some time, not meditation. You want to be just silence. You want to sit quietly in a corner at home. Do that, right? You want to listen to nice music, which energy enhances, to do that. So just go with your feelings.
But
Right.
then there's no pattern then. I feel like some days I'm very, like, I listen too much of music, or some days I do a lot of meditation. I cannot figure out which day. I feel it will be easier to manage my life if I have a pattern. I do like 2 hours of meditation, and like how Patri sir was saying, 3, 2, 1. I'm trying to build that, but it doesn't seem to happen.
What Sar is saying is that you do a lot of meditation every day. And he's saying spend time towards books and this, right? So he's saying, do all those three. Ever since I came into meditation, I made sure I'm definitely reading. When we say every day, take it figuratively, right? Yes, if you're in a travel, you can't. So if you're not able to do some days, it's okay, but make it very regular activity and then give adequate time. Okay. And so from there comes then your schedule, your things, what you want to do. So, but it is okay, right? And if you are doing every day, look to do at least some meditation, right?
Yes.
45 minutes is a good amount of meditation every day. An hour is good amount of meditation. Beyond that, then how you are distributing is to you. But if you have a calling that I want to do what Patricia said, that definitely, and which is great, you must do it. Calling is build it up, build that system of 2 hours of 3 plus 2 plus 1 formula. Do it. Why not? So the thing is, all I'm trying to say is go with your feelings. Once you become meditator, regular meditator, are you able to regularly meditate, or is giving breaks to that?
No, I'm meditating every day. Maybe 1 or 2 when I travel, but I meditate every day. I've become vegetarian since a year, and I feel there's still more to be done. That's why I'm asking you advice. What more can I do? Because
always, madam, you have to. You are learning a lot of knowledge. You're gaining a lot of energy. You have to channelize towards something. Have you started helping anybody? There's a lot of clarity we gain when you take service.
Yes, I'm doing spiritual tablets. I've helped there, and anything else I can do, like with my friends and book clubs. So I've been trying to do whatever I can help out. I learn music, so I spend time on that.
So you're
I
doing
try to read.
You're doing everything. So we just need to speak for some time. I still do not understand you're doing everything. You just have a lot of interest towards developing you more. That is important. Let's talk one of the days. You give me a call. Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all, friends. So we'll meet back again tomorrow at 6 a.m. Have a wonderful day.
Love, love.